Your kids have to see you live the legacy.
That's right.
Oh yeah, you better. Now
You gotta live the legacy.
in Chicago, so I ended up selling drugs. And I was paying the bills. You know, I was taking care of.
So I know I'm excited. I know parents are excited.
Are you sure that you heard me when I was talking to you, Lord? Because in order for me to be able Mm, 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 mm. Hey, good morning, good morning, good
morning.
morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another segment of Early Morning Coffee with Marvina and her BFF, where we give a voice to the voice and we let you say what is on your mind. Grand rising, C for 5Q, Grand rising. That's you. I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, ma'am. We are so excited. Another early morning, Saturday morning, early. I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to still wake up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sitting here perpetrating a fraud. I'm tired. I went to bed late last night and I got up early this morning. You know why? Because I was so excited to get back on and talk to you all on what's in the bag and give this voice to the voiceless. I am excited this morning. But before I continue to talk about what I got going on, I have my cup, and in my cup, I got some coffee, community coffee, and also some delight creamer. That's the delight hazelnut with a lot of sugar. Sugar. Yes, my thing, baby. You know I love my sugar. Well, go ahead, BFF. What's going on? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. First and
Mhm.
foremost, I am drinking some um Target coffee purchased before the boycott. And
Say it every week.
that's all that I'm gonna say on that. That's all that I'm gonna say on that.
Good morning,
Um but I am sitting here dressed up in my I call it my baseball park outfit because it is that time of year. So I'm headed to Rome, Georgia. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna be in Rome, Georgia, and Woodstock, Georgia today. So I'm trying to
All
figure that out.
right.
But that's the life of Gma, and I won't trade it in for anything in the world.
It's right. Beat
Mhm.
baseball,
And look,
football, basketball,
baseball,
all kinds of
basketball,
balls.
yeah,
The
yeah,
balls and them children know their grandma gonna G-ma gonna be there
yeah.
at they
During
shows.
the week, I'm
And
there. I mean, you name it, I'm there.
I commend you. Cause it be cold sometimes and she be out there talking about I'm cold. Yep. I'll be in the house. I ain't trying.
But you
Don't get
know
me
what?
wrong.
I get people
I,
ask me all the time. They say, "You drive a distance." I do, but I ask God for my grandbabies, and I cannot mock God and not be thankful and grateful and be involved in the things that they do. They are such a blessing and a joy
mm,
to my life. I don't think
but
people really understand.
But let me tell you something though, them boys is good, man. When I've seen them, they pitch, they hit,
Yeah,
oh my God. I said, if they don't, and the way y'all keep them in sports, I am so excited because if
yeah,
they don't become something in the near future, I would be shocked. I want to see their names up in lights because
and
these boys are
I have to give
really good.
that now that you mentioned, I have to give a shout out to my oldest grandson, Xavier. He's in middle school and he made the high school baseball team. So he during the week he's playing high school baseball, and then on the weekend he's playing travel ball with his league. So he is like baseball 7 days a week. So he
How
gave
old
up
is he
his phone,
again?
so he just want to do
How old is he?
he is Xavier. He's gonna kill me. He'll be 14. He will be 14 in
And
August.
already.
Look, the first day of school.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. For him to just be, he's playing with the high schoolers now. Come on,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's just outstanding. And with
Yes.
his parents and his G-ma and his grandpa and all them, they are just there for him. And he show out sometimes. When I be watching that young man pitch, I be like, oh my God, fast, hard. To the point I remember when they told him he had to stop hitting so I mean
Pictures
pitching
so
so
hard
hard
and
with
he hurt
children
somebody.
because he had hurt somebody. Literally,
Yeah.
this young man was hurting people. And then he got to the point he was a little scared because he didn't want to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
But that's just his skill set. He can throw. That young man can throw.
Yes,
God bless him.
ma'am. Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
Carol, just talked about you this morning. Hey, girl.
Yes,
What? Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. So,
Girl,
Yvonne, what's going on today? Would you like to talk about before
girl,
we put
you
on
know what
our
I'm getting ready
beautiful
to
dress?
say. You know what I am getting ready to
Go
say.
ahead, say it. Say it,
People,
girl.
people, people. The political climate. Pay attention. Get your house in order. Get your coins in order. Stop going out here wasting your money on things that do not matter in this moment in time. Understand what I'm trying to say to you guys. Going out here buying a brand new car is not it. Some of you guys, I know that you're in a situation where you can purchase a home right now, but now is not the time. Sit tight, hold on to your coins, watch your 401s and your stocks and things that you have going on. Be mindful about that. And let me say this. Yes, we're taking a major hit right now, but like the real estate market, stock market, and things of that nature, it's a wave. You hit the lows, and then you bounce back. So if you can weather the storm, weather the storm. If you don't feel that you can weather the storm, and understand what I'm saying to you, if you're one of those people that's going to be retiring in a year or two, you may want to think about other ways that you can take and invest your money. Be smart about your money. You may want to freeze your money, and yes, people, you can do that. If you have 401, if you have stock, you can opt into or opt out of them being able to use your monies to invest in other stocks, because they're basically riding the stock market. They get their percentage, you get your percentage. So just be mindful about your coins. And let me say this: if I hear one more person say that boycotting these various organizations will not make a difference, shame on you. Shame on you. The only way, the best way to make a firm statement is by hitting people in the pockets. We are an economic society where our dollars matter. Our black dollars is powerful. Our brown dollars is powerful. Our white dollars is powerful. And I'm talking to everybody that is on this platform and those that will see it in the future. Our dollar is powerful. When we hit people in the pocket, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody holler, oh, Elon Musk, Elon Musk. Okay, so what, Elon Musk? Right now with Tesla, he has lost 175 billion. He's losing money. And so you got to keep hitting people where it hurt. Where in the history of the world has the White House ever become a car dealership? Trump is trying to support Musk by he literally lined up Teslas on the White House lawn and said, okay, I'm buying one. Who else is going to follow me? Be a fool and follow him if you want to. Monkey see, monkey don't. Every time somebody go to jump off the building, you don't have to jump with them. He has money, or paper money, so to speak, monopoly money, to be able to do the things that he's doing. We don't live in that tax bracket. So people don't be running out here because he said he's doing that, you're going to take and do it. So I'm just telling you guys, be smart about your coins. And like I said about the boycott, whenever you feel that boycotts don't work, go back and review the history and study about the boycott of Montgomery, the bus boycott. That is very, very powerful, pivotal moment. And remember this: Dr. King said, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. So hold on to your P's and Q's and be smart about things.
Thank you, BFF. Thank you so much for that. I'm telling you, girl, I've learned a lot from my BFF. So y'all take heed. She ain't talking crazy. She's one of them ones that study this stuff. I'll be sitting around there listening to her because she's my newscaster. Amen. Amen, Tara. Well, let's go ahead on and go to our next segment. I'm excited about our guest today. Of course,
Yes.
I have gotten on and seen some of her work, and what I love about her is it's mainly what her topic is telling y'all. Be artistic, authentic. I can't even say it. Say it, Yvonne. Artistic. Who you are unapologetically. And let me say something. I love that because a lot of us have problems with self and what we got going
Mhm.
on. We just don't understand that we are good. God made us good for ourselves. And once we learn who we are and what's going on with ourselves and how beautiful we are, we can move on to the next level in our life. And this young lady is getting ready to talk to you. She's getting ready to empty her bag. And I'm excited for her. And before I continue
Me
to
too.
start, let me just bring her on in. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Morning. Good morning,
Morning.
everybody.
Look
Good
at that
morning.
beauty.
Good morning.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I ain't even gonna keep on talking. Before I start talking, I just gotta ask you where that cup. I know you got a cup of something. Let me know what's in that cup.
So, what I have in my cup this morning is ginger peach turmeric tea with a hint of lavender honey
Oh, that sounds good.
and a little bit of sugar. A little bit of sugar, too.
Love it. Love
Mm.
it. See how they be coming on drinking all this healthy stuff and me and Yvonne was some coffee. But we welcome you. We thank you. And I got one question to ask you, ma'am. What's in your bag, girl? What's in the bag?
Okay. Well, what is in my bag is I am really, really passionate about people living life on their terms and being authentic and being unapologetic about it. And the reason why I'm like that is because for the longest of time, I lived under the wings and under the shadow of people doing what they wanted me to do,
Mm,
being friends, family, when I was married, my siblings, everybody, And so it took me a long, long time to be who I wanted to be. And so that's very, very important to me. And I think that is something that we all battle with. And sometimes we got to get out our own way. We got to get
mhm,
out our own way. We got to stop worrying about what society is, saying, or what type of um form or whatever they want us to be. That doesn't matter, because you're really not living if you're not living authentically who you want to be. So
mhm,
that's my passion. And a lot of times we're fighting a lot of demons, if you will, because we've been telling ourselves stories too. So before
Mm,
you start living authentically and unapologetically, you got to heal. You got to make sure that you are healed,
mm,
mm,
because you want to show up, authentic. You know what I'm saying? You want to be real.
mhm.
And that took time too.
yeah.
I was talking to Yvonne a little bit yesterday when we came in for the
Preview.
the I guess getting ready part of the
Yeah.
preparation of this stuff. And so I was telling her, being a dark girl, being a dark chocolate sister is something that a lot of us face, because a lot of us deal with colorism with our own
Mhm.
people, with our
Yes.
own people. And it was so refreshing to be with Yvonne and hear her say how much she loves herself.
That's
And
right.
she was talking about another thing that we as Black women talk about, and we talk about um our weight, you
Mhm.
know and I mean, it's we want to be happy and authentic and unapologetic, but we want to be healthy too. But if you're comfortable being whatever it is that you're being, then so be it. I just say be healthy with it. And
Mhm.
when you make a decision, because I'm coming to a place where, okay, I got to make some changes. But even in your changing, because being authentic and unapologetic, it can change day to day.
That's right.
And that's fine. If you say, okay, girl, you know what, you need to you need to get off some of that weight now, then you're still being authentic. So
Right.
it's gonna change. And I am a TikTok live host, and I
Yes.
love TikTok. A lot of the people are on with me. I'm on live right now on TikTok. And that's the things that I tell, the people in my room, is I want them to be whatever they want to be. I'm going to be their biggest cheerleader, because sometimes people have been told so much in a negative sense about
Yes.
who they are, that
Mhm.
they can't show up. You know what I'm saying? If you've been told that, that you're less than, or, we get in these relationships, and, a lot of times these partners, these husbands, these wives, we with, they don't feel good about themselves, and they don't want you to feel good about yourself.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Mm-hmm.
have to just, we got to get out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just is what it is. So that's a lot of what is in my bag. Um, my name, I came up with Black Jipsee, because for one, I got a head full of locks. And
Beautiful
and I
lock.
just yeah, and I wanna embody being a gypsy. um and being a gypsy is somebody who lives life on their own terms.
That's right.
Yeah. So and I'm a black girl or a black woman. So I said, okay, I'm gonna be a black gypsy, and then a lot of people were like, well, why you want to be a gypsy? It's the personification, and it's the meaning of being a gypsy. You know what I'm saying? Um, Gypsies come from Romania and all that different stuff, but the mindset behind being a gypsy, going wherever you want to go, showing up how you want to show up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And when it don't serve you no more, pick up and go somewhere else.
That's right. That's
So
right.
yeah, so that is,
That's the meaning of a. Tell me what a gypsy. Kind of give me a understanding. I know you say you go and be, but what makes you a gypsy? Just if I decide to become a gypsy, what would you tell me to do to become, or how to be
I,
that?
I would just say, Marvina, show up wherever you want to, however you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, one thing that is very beautiful to me is African garb. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
here
Yes.
in America, if you wear too much of that stuff, they're gonna start to look at you strange because we don't normally wear that every day.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
And I told my baby sister, I said, you know what? If I could do this, if I could wear this every day, I would. And she said, you can.
You can. Yes, man.
You can wear whatever you want to. Um, the garb that the Indian people wear.
Mhm.
Like from Pakistan, you know how they're dressed. A lot of times they be dressed so cute with them hijabs on. Now I ain't finna cover
Hmm.
nothing my head up now. But I'm gonna put, you know what I'm saying? Because it be hot in Georgia. It be hot in Georgia. But I think it's beautiful. And I feel like
Yeah.
whatever you want to put on,
Yeah.
that's if that makes you feel the way that you want to feel, I say do it.
That's
Uh,
right.
yeah, and a lot of times I feel for us as women because we're not free to move around in
Right.
anywhere and however we want to if
Right.
we're not protected.
That's
And to
right.
me, that's very unfair.
Mhm.
Right.
Because if I want to get up in the middle of the night and I want to take a walk because a breeze is blowing and
Yeah.
I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm communing and communicating with my ancestors or whatever the case is, I
Mhm.
should be able to do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And I
Yeah.
feel like that's very unfair for us. And being a black gypsy can be for everybody and anybody who wants to take on the mindset, but it's mainly for us as black women
I love that.
because we are one of the most unprotected
Mm,
species.
Come on
mm,
now.
So yeah, and
mm,
and and it's just very important to me um to get that message out. It really
mm.
is.
I
But
love that,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
when you say being unapologetic. And
mhm.
let me and she and we had a beautiful conversation last night. And and I believe in being unapologetic about who you are because that leads to the authenticity of who you are. And I love me some me, baby. I love me some me. I am very confident in who I am. I struggled a little bit when I got sick because sometimes when I look in the mirror, I don't see the person that I know and love. I see this person looking back at me saying that they sick, and I have to say, but I don't know you, so I'm not gonna claim you. But and I have
Mhm.
to, and I do, and I have to, I have to read, and I'm pretty sure that being unapologetic, that you've had to go through some things like that. Sometimes you look in the mirror and you feel one way, but you look and you see something different. So what do you
Mhm.
tell yourself to snap you back and keep you in that gypsy mindset?
You know what, Yvonne, one thing, like I said, I went through a lot of things. My mama was a dark, dark, dark sister, way darker than me. And she always was in a mind of being, just celebrate. And I had to, because it was stories I was telling myself,
Mm,
that I wasn't beautiful, that I was, less than, or that I had to do more than the average, you know, uh, you know, light skinned woman or whatever the case may be. I had to, stop telling
mhm,
myself those stories. And I was telling Yvonne, I think it was Yvonne, I might have told Marvina, I have a little red little daughter. She's a
Yeah.
lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I prayed God to bless me to have her. Because I wanted to teach her that she wasn't, I didn't want her to feel like she was better than nobody. But really, in a way, I was punishing my child for the way that people all those years made me feel.
Wow.
And my baby told me, Mama, you can I'm
Wow.
who I am. You had me.
Mm.
And I
Wow.
am, she said, I am better than a lot of people. And when she said that, I was like, okay. So I learned from her, but what she taught me was, she said, Mom, you tell me I'm beautiful all the time. I said, yes, I do. And she said, and I look just like you. And
Ooh, come on
I
now.
had to stop because I'm thinking, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta get myself together. Because if I'm telling my child that you're beautiful and she is feeling good about being beautiful because she looks like me, then I
Mm.
can't keep telling myself in front of her that I don't feel beautiful.
That's
Mm.
right. Wow.
And so
Mm.
what one thing I had to do, especially when I started gaining weight, as we get older, we're gonna put on some weight.
Mm-hmm.
As Georgia women, we like to eat, we like to cook, we
Mm.
frying everything,
Mm.
all the way down to an Oreo cookie, we frying it. And
Yes, ma'am.
so I work in a sedentary job because I've always worked from home and I've always sat down doing what I'm doing. So obviously we do pick up
Mm-hmm.
a little weight, but and I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all, and I ain't trying to be too graphic, but walking around in the mirror with no clothes on and say this, you got to do that. That's an exercise.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
Yes.
got to get real clear and comfortable with
Yes,
what you
ma'am.
see.
Right.
That's
And
right.
you can
Right.
fall in love with yourself. But the one
Yes.
thing that made me really, really help me was the growing my hair out, and I started seeing naturally what was coming from the root of my hair. I couldn't believe that my hair would, because I never thought that. But see, I was still
Mm.
trying to come out of that negative mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And I started getting up every morning, running to the mirror because I wanted to see what it was doing differently. And I said to
Mm.
myself, I started telling myself, "Good morning, beautiful
Yeah.
girl.
Yes.
You look good." You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then, and then one day I just morphed into being a black gypsy because I was in love with me. And
Mm-hmm.
my boyfriend, he tells me all the time, "What you looking in the mirror for?" But I'm just and so I'm so glad, Yvonne, that you love you because it took
Mm-hmm.
me a long time. And some women, they don't
Mhm.
feel that way.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That is true.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
But it's
especially us as black women, I don't want us to feel like that.
Ooh, come on now.
Because
I
we
got
the
a
best thing
question.
since sliced bread. It don't get no better than us.
It
Ooh,
don't, but do you think you need to start from the inside
that's
and then
right.
work your way out? Because, you know, I know that a lot of women, we look at ourselves in the window, I mean, in the mirror and kind of
Mm-hmm.
find things that we don't like about ourselves. We do that. I've
Yeah,
done it. I don't
yeah.
have an issue with where I look, but my issue was as growing up, all my sister siblings was light skinned and I was dark skinned. I was on me and my brother was on, and I had a problem
Mhm.
with that. I did. I understand the color thing,
Yes.
but it wasn't more for me on my outside that I had to worry too much about. It was the inside that struck me as having issues because I felt that I wasn't good enough or I didn't know enough or the things
Mm-hmm.
that people made me feel that smaller than them or my gifts wasn't good enough or so my thing is always been my inside
Hmm.
more than my outside appearance because I mean everybody see the outside, but for me, and I was wondering, was that a thing with you? Was it the inside and you had to get it from the inside to bring it out, or was it to look on the outside to get you go in? if that
It,
makes
it,
sense.
it, it was, you know what, Marvina? It was the inside. It was the inside. So we have to be careful the stories that we tell ourselves.
Ooh, come on now.
It's the stories that we tell ourselves. And it
Mm,
can start from something really small and something really little. Because
mm-hmm,
my mom was a dark chocolate sister, she would say, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. We done
Yeah.
heard it.
mm-hmm.
Okay. But in my mind, I took it in a negative sense. And
Ah,
so, and why I took, but I was a child.
mm-hmm.
And that's why we have to be careful the things that we tell our children, the things that we utter over and over and over again. And my mom, she was working from what she knew. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we don't possess what it's going to take to get that child to that next level. My mom did the best that she could, and now I know that. But
Mm,
then I didn't understand it.
mm-hmm.
And so it's from the inside. It's definitely from the inside because she said other things. You know, she used to tell me all the time, baby, when they made you, baby, they broke the mold because it wasn't gonna be another
Love
one
it.
like you. So you know,
Yes.
she was trying to
Mm-hmm.
affirm who I was, but a lot of times if we're telling ourselves a different story, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a mental and it's an emotional story that we tell ourselves. If
Yeah.
you're going to school and people are treating you less than, if people are
Yeah.
saying things and teasing you,
Mm-hmm.
then what my mama was saying wasn't it
Yeah.
wasn't helping me because a lot
Right.
of times when we're of an age of school age, our peers and what they think about us, sometimes it can override what we hear
Yeah.
Right.
in our
That,
household.
that peer
Yeah.
pressure is something. It is
It
Yeah.
something.
is.
I have a niece
Yeah.
right now, and she is the prettiest. She has the prettiest, richest, darkest skin ever. And it is just so beautiful. And it broke my heart a couple of years ago when she said to me, I don't like school. And I said, why don't you like school, baby? I said, you're really good in school. And she said, because the kids say that I'm black and I'm ugly. And
Mm-hmm.
then so I said, no, ma'am. I said, you my chocolate drop. And so she asked me, she said, why do you keep calling me chocolate drop? I said, because your skin is the richest, purest dark ever. And I said, and it glistens and it glows. And I said, as your skin is glistening and glowing, that's God's kisses and his promises letting you know that it's going to be all right. I said, they wish their skin was looking like that, baby. That's why they're picking on you. So
Yep.
I always try to find something positive for my nieces. I used to do the same thing with my daughter for my nieces. Even my sons, because I had one son that they would call him Glow Boy, because he was so light skinned. And I
Mm-hmm.
just say people can be so mean, especially our own people. We can be so
Yep.
mean and cruel when it comes to skin tone and
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. So I love what you're saying about positive reinforcement starts
Mm-hmm.
from the time that they really come out of the womb,
Yep.
because this world is cruel and mean, and you have started a gypsy movement, baby. I'm all on that. I love that.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times too, the children that are saying all of these negative things, they don't feel good about themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
to get the the highlight off of them, they start projecting outward so that you could take it off of them and put it on somebody else. They're
Yeah.
somebody's telling them and saying something to them too. And it could be in the
Mm-hmm.
household. It could be one of their siblings. And they could
Right.
only be playing. But
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm saying we gotta start equipping our children with things very young. I have seen little black girls in the bathroom with their daddies, and their daddies are rehearsing with them affirmations in the morning before they go to school. And
Yes.
I think that is so wonderful.
Yes.
And we gonna have to do it different. The way grandmama did it and the way mama did it, it was good because it
Mm-hmm.
got us where we needed to be. But because we face so many things, it's a battlefield out there once them children walk out that door. And so we got to give them some tools. weapons,
Yeah.
even if you will, so that they
Yeah.
can be able to fight off that stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
And you know,
we're not, and that's why children going in these schools doing the things that they do. Them, most of it ain't our children.
yeah,
Most of it ain't
yeah,
our children, but because they know
yeah.
we would
You
not get
stepped on a
help.
key
But
thing when you said the fathers brought their daughters, because see, everybody doesn't have a father in their household to, and mommy's gonna love on you. You got. I'm there. My mom loved on her children. She
Mhm.
loved us. We had that, but um, my dad wasn't there, and I really didn't have the man figure to show me who I was and the
Mhm.
beauty in me, and I think that was a key thing when you said that their dads brought them in there. So sometimes it starts right there when your dad or a male figure gives you the attention to let
Hmm.
you know who you are, whose you
Yes.
are, and understand that you do. And a lot of those young women it fell by the wayside when it came down to that. I had to learn how to love myself on my own.
Yep.
And like it took me a while.
Mhm.
It took me a long time. And hearing people tell me you're beautiful and all that stuff like that, it didn't feel like that from the inside. It
Mhm.
felt like I was a mask, only the mask that people can see only from the outside. But when I'm alone and by myself, I take that mask off and I feel, girl, I'm getting choked up. I feel,
Okay.
I don't feel like that person, that gypsy you said, that person that can go out and do and be. I mean, I show confidence when I'm out there because I don't let people in like that. But
Mhm.
when I'm by myself and I'm trying to figure out why I don't feel that confidence is not there.
Mhm.
So I commend you for giving me some of the tools because yeah, I still struggle with it. I'm
Mhm.
struggling with it now. And I'm not a gypsy. No, I don't get up and go where I won't. No, not yet. But I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
And
And
that's
I
why,
thank
and that's that, Marvita. That's the reason why I do what I do. That's the reason why I
Hmm.
do what I do, because I know that we walk around in these bodies and we moving through life, but we still feel less than. My dad wasn't in my household either. He was not in my household either. And see, that it is pivotal, it is important that a father be in place because he is our first.
Yeah.
He
He's
is
the
the
first love.
cornerstone. Because if
Hmm.
yeah,
your daddy don't tell you what it is,
yeah,
if he don't say how it's supposed to be done, if he doesn't give you a pattern as a little girl,
Yeah.
you out there searching for him in every man that you see.
yes.
Yes.
You
Come
Ooh,
on now.
you and I had to, that's something else that I had to deal with. I had to learn how to deal with. Um, and I didn't do a lot of healing. People don't believe this. I didn't do a lot of healing as far as my parents were concerned until they passed away. But I
Mm.
had to, I had to say my dad lived in a household with 6 women. And he was the only man. Listen, I felt sorry
Ah,
because
my
can you
dad went through that.
imagine being in a household with 6 women, they telling you what to do, how to do. You ain't got no testosterone in the house. He in a way he disliked
wow.
women. He
Hmm.
used women for what he wanted them. He knew that the women was gonna clean up, they was gonna cook, they was gonna wash clothes. He wanted them to be quiet because they didn't talk so much in the house where he was at. Shut up. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
that's the first thing is I had to um I had to tell myself the things because see he was gone. So
yeah,
first I had to stop holding an expectation of my father that he never knew about, right?
Mm.
And
right.
then I had to apologize to myself for making him accountable for something that he couldn't do. So
Ooh, girl, come on.
it's so many stories, and it's so much rhetoric that we get involved in. You can't hold somebody to something that they don't know. That's number
Right.
one. And
Yeah.
number
Right.
two, you cannot hold somebody accountable for something, Marvina and Yvonne, if they don't have it. If they don't
Yeah.
have it, then hey, what can they do?
That's right.
You see
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? We are our own savior.
Jesus, come on now. Come
We
on,
are
April.
ain't nobody going where you are, Marvina, in your heart about what you feeling. Only you can change that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm going for counseling and therapy. All of that is good, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever you possess to get to a better place, God already put it in you.
Jesus, come
Yeah.
on.
He already put it in you, and He's
Like
standing
that.
there telling you that you are more than a conqueror.
Mm.
I done great things, but I want you to do greater. He calling you. He done commissioned you already.
That's
Mm.
right.
And then you got the Holy Spirit
Mm.
and the unction of the Holy Spirit to help you. So listen, you got everything you need.
Yes,
Jesus.
ma'am.
You
Ooh,
got
look at that
everything you
recipe.
need. But you
Yes,
gotta
ma'am.
first listen to the things that He said. You gotta get around like-minded women. And that's why
Mhm.
every morning my boyfriend be fussing at me every morning. But listen, I don't care what. Even if I'm late getting in there in that live room, I'm gonna get in there because God let me know there is a calling on your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a calling on my life, and I'm not going to
Mm.
stop until every woman is whole. I'm not going to stop.
Come on now.
I'm
Woo.
not going to
Love
stop. And
it.
so that's being a gypsy.
Yes, I
I'm
see
Jesus.
I'm,
that.
I'm going to
Yes.
show up, and if I
Mm.
want to wear this, I don't care what nobody else say. Well, you this what I'm wearing. If I want
Yeah.
to wear my hair to the side, you know what I'm saying?
You look beautiful, ma'am. So I
Yes.
mean,
Thank
I know
you.
you
Yes.
from the inside a little bit and the outside also. Let's
Yes.
Yes.
let's let's listen to some of the people that what they wrote up
Okay.
here. So
Okay.
Tara, could you see that? Let me see. Let me get it. That's your choice. You have a right to choose who you want to be, what you want to wear. We so often get caught up on the expectations of others, and it's not about what they expect, it's about what you expect for you.
You better say it,
Unapologetic.
Tara. Now I love
Let's
that.
say
Yes.
it, man.
Yes.
Say that thing.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that. I love that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what April's saying, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Let me
Yeah.
see what Shelly says. She says, self love, self value, self confidence is the key to being a cultural, ex, ex, uh,
Cultivating.
a cultivating essence of self. I love
Yes,
it.
baby.
Yes,
Tapping
ma'am.
into
Yes,
that
ma'am.
true
Tapping
essence of
into,
self.
Yes.
yes.
Mm.
Let me
and,
see if
and,
that's
and
what we
then we
got.
have to embrace who we are. I mean, just the way we
Yes.
are. Because another thing that Black women, a lot of us have is, certain things that society and the pattern that they
Mm.
find is beauty. A lot of us Black women, we got gaps in between our teeth. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but you
Yeah.
got to embrace that. That's
Right.
what makes you uniquely a Black woman.
That's right. Come
Okay.
on
If
now.
you
I
ain't
love
got
it.
no gap in your see, listen. Now they trying to get their teeth the way we done been fighting. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what we've been
I
we've
gotta
been
get a
fighting
gap.
to get straight teeth and not having gaps in between our teeth, and now they want to get one.
Now they want to get one. It's
So
funny
you
that
so really they've been telling you that we ugly, but now they want to. So they see beauty in us already.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 I used to get picked at so bad growing up because I always had a big rear end.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And people used to say stuff to me all the time, negative. I felt so self-conscious in the beginning. That's why I said I got to a point of loving me. I just didn't, whatever. I don't care what y'all thinking.
Yeah.
God made me this way. And then
Exactly.
one day I woke up and then they talking about BBLs and all this other kind of stuff. And I said, they paying
Now,
for what I had naturally
exactly.
that they
Love
teased me
it.
about
Love
mercilessly.
Yeah.
Whatever.
it.
Yeah.
Love it. That's true. We always get bent. And I've heard this so many times. Now
Yeah.
everybody walk around with big butts. You can't
Mhm.
even say you got a big butt no more because everybody want one. Everybody got
Everybody want
one.
one. They paying for them.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, they paying for sticking stuff in them and all kinds of
It's
stuff. Just
become the
saying.
it's become the norm.
Yeah, yes.
Let's see what Gloria says here. She said, "My granddaughter doesn't have her father, her life in her life, so my son being around his so much joy around. He makes his decisions not waiting to be around."
Mhm.
Okay, so basically, your son took over what your daddy did. I mean, what daddy
Hmm.
was there for. The
Mhm.
son was there. He made. I love it. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Let's see. Hey, Yolande, this is my heart right here. Hey, Yolande. We must learn that people are people, and we have to live through the eyes of ourselves, through God's eyes, beauty and wonderful men, and with wonderful men.
Yes. So
Yes,
well
Yes.
said,
ma'am.
Mhm.
Well,
Yolanda. So
well,
well
well
said.
said. Well
Wow.
Mhm.
said.
And
Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
April, it's amazing because you said that your dad was in the household with six women. My dad was in the household with six women, and it was, as I got older, I began to understand him more,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
and I realized after he passed away, I realized how much he truly loved us. He was just a very complex man.
Yes.
He showed us growing up because he was in the household. He showed us how we were supposed to be treated. He showed us as young women how we were supposed to treat ourselves. I think that was the most important step, how we were supposed to treat ourselves. My
Yep.
dad, he made it mandatory. We got up on the weekends. We couldn't just run around like kid. Like no, we got up. We got ourselves together first before we walked out into the room with him. Oh no, no, no! You go put some clothes on. You go brush your teeth, wash your face, comb your hair, things of that nature. He showed us how young women, how we're supposed to treat ourselves.
Yes.
When Christmas time rolled around and we would get monies and stuff and we want to go spend, he said, no, 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 no. First thing you want to do, and it was always from the inside out. No, first
Mhm.
thing you need to do, we're gonna go over here, you're gonna get proper underwear and things you're growing. Your mother and I won't be
Mhm.
paying for that. You guys are gonna pay for it out of your own money.
Mhm.
He and my mother taught us those things. I don't want to take anything from my mother, but they taught us those things.
Mhm.
When it came time for dating, imagine you got six girls trying to date. And when it
Yes.
came time for dating, he showed us how we were supposed to be treated. If that person didn't have a car and couldn't come pick us up, we couldn't go out with them. Now they could
Mhm.
walk to our house. I had a boyfriend one time. He walked from Ben Hill to where my parents live at in College Park, Marvin. You know how big a distance that is.
hmm
But those are the things that my dad said, never settle for less.
Yes.
Never settle for less. And so those are some very important attributes. And all of us, we carried those over into our adulthood. So I do agree with you and
Mhm.
Marvina about what you're saying about how important it is to have that male figure. Now, if the dad is not at
Important.
home, there are some great surrogates out there. You got your
Yes.
uncle, you got your brothers, you got the neighbors. You also have organizations like Big Brother and
Mhm.
people like that that's out there that can help and lend that support. So I just want to throw that out there.
Well, I hope one day I find one because I'm 54 years old and I'm still trying to
Mm.
find a surrogate. And I'm just gonna call it for what it is. And I'm a work in progress. Okay,
Yes.
I ain't mad. I did have a stepdad, but it's a difference, and I'm not gonna get all into that. But when you don't understand the feel of someone giving you or showing you what love is, it's hard for you to find it even in yourself because you're
That's
trying to
true.
figure out. It's you
Yep.
Mhm.
trying to figure out what love is. And then you
Yep.
get this abandonment issues. You start having issues on the inside that you
Mhm.
trying to deal with even as an adult. Then I have three sons, three wonderful sons. And their dad, one passed away. But what I'm saying is I had to get in the grind and try my best to give them some understanding. And so are my daughters. I got two beautiful daughters, and it's still, what you've been built up as a kid and now as an adult. Believe it or not, it affects you as you raising your children the same way.
Mhm.
Are they feeling the same way, abandoned or not having a dad in their lives, or those are things that you it's like a curse, I guess, in those senses, and I worry about that because
Mhm.
if I'm having those issues, what are they going through and what issues they're
Mm,
having as an adult, you know um and I never got any help. I used it and held it. So now that I held it in, I delivered that same message to my girls, you know.
Mhm.
So it's hard to really pinpoint where the issues is if you don't have that in to find out
mm.
that that's an issue. You don't know it's an issue because
It's
you know that there's a void, but you don't know where that void is coming from because
mhm.
you don't have no one there to show you or tell you what that void is.
But
Yeah.
So
see,
I
that's
get
why
it.
that's the reason why you have these types of dialogues. That's why
Hmm.
God
That's right.
is blessing us, and He's coming to us and saying this is needed because Marvina, you don't even realize it, and you're talking it all out.
That's
Yes,
right.
and everything. If you get in here and He gonna send a Black Gypsy, He gonna send an Yvonne, He gonna send a Marvina, He gonna send a What's in the Bag, He gonna send a TikTok where
Come on,
people
April.
platforms where we can talk it out and get it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
really, that's all it is. You got
Hmm.
to
yeah,
first of all, you got to see that you got a problem. First of all, you got
Hmm.
to admit
That's
that you
it.
got a problem. Something ain't clicking, something ain't coming
yeah.
Hmm.
together, whatever. And then you got to talk it out. Get around
Hmm.
people that okay, I've been through that. I went through that. This is it. And then you can get to a place.
That's right.
There's nothing that I can do about my dad not being there now because he's not there.
Right.
But let me tell you how good God is. And I don't know how good y'all say he is. But when my
He is
dad
very
got
good.
sick, my dad got sick in 2017. He took care of me because he ain't really been there. He left my mama when I was 7 years old. But when he got sick, guess who had to take care of him?
Come on
I
now.
did. And let me
Mm.
tell you, I had to pray and I said, Lord,
Come on
you're gonna
now.
have to help me. You're gonna have to help me because I'm
Wow.
working with one limb.
Yes,
I ain't got two legs,
yes,
I got one right now.
yes.
Because how am I supposed to take care and love and nurture somebody who didn't give that to me?
That's
Tell my
right.
story.
Yeah. Woo,
Open
come
my
on
bag up.
And
Get
but
it
let
out
me
of
tell
my
you something.
bag.
I stopped doing what I was doing, put my job and my career and everything working on hold to take care of a man who didn't take care of me.
now.
But
Jesus.
day by day, God softened me and God
Mm,
showed me what was going on with my dad. And that was the beginning of my
Yeah.
father hurt, of
mm,
healing.
Jesus.
Because I saw him in the most vulnerable state. I saw him in the most lowly state. I saw him in the most feeble state. And God got me where I needed to be to see my dad for
Mm,
who he really was. Out of that tough exterior, out of all the stories that I had been telling myself,
mm, Jesus.
was a little boy who grew up in a house with 6 women who told him what to do all the time. He was sick of y'all then. Now he was sick of y'all. And then he married a woman just like the women he had been with. My mother.
Wow.
Woo. Jesus.
He didn't have it. He
Mm,
didn't have it to give to us. And he loved us in his own way. But
mm-hmm.
he didn't have it.
Mm,
And so
Good.
I love my daddy and I took care of my daddy until the end.
Yeah.
mm.
To the end.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that God fixed it that way so that I could do it.
Woo, girl. God broke. He helped you to break that generational curse, baby.
Yes.
He helped you to break
Yes.
that generational curse. And Marvina, I have to say this to you. I am so proud of you. And I say this to you a lot. I've been saying this to you a lot. I'm very proud of you because you're truly emptying out your bag because you
Yes.
do talk it out instead of holding it in. And you rip the band-aid off of a wound that needs stitches. And so you are truly working on that. You're working on that generational curse. And as you start to heal and everything, watch and see how the blessings flow to your children. When I tell you God is such an awesome God, He is an awesome God. And
Definitely.
He's working some things out. Lord have
That's
mercy.
all I have is God. That's all I've known. My life is, and that's the Father that I have. I It's taught me a lot, through love and not having God filled that void when it came down to the father figure because I know he loves me. My mother kept that, installed all that in me. That's
Hmm.
why I'm always in church. I don't know anything else. That's where I find my love at is through God, and I get it. I'm learning now. I'm getting there. I'm really I forgive. I forgave my dad. I forgive
Hmm.
him. I forgive. And I know that's what making me now see the beauty in me. Because just like you, April, my dad had some history himself. And now, like, I
Hmm.
understand. I cannot blame him for his history. All I can do is just move on and just keep on loving him and loving who I am through him because without him I wouldn't have the life so I
Hmm.
I understand, but of course like I said I'm still in the process. I'm still
You
working
and
on it.
I'm you speed it up though. I'm gonna tell you something. You said that's all I have, but that's the best. If you got God, baby,
I
that's
have
better. That's better than your earthly
yes,
father. If you got
Woo,
yes,
come
God,
on now.
baby, you gonna
all I
be
have,
all right. You
yes,
gonna be
Hmm.
all right. And let me tell you, I prayed because listen, me and God have real audible conversations, and I said, Lord, why? People say don't question God, but yes, you do. Yes, you
mm,
do.
Yes, you do.
I
You
said,
do.
God, why did you not? You could have did anything you wanted to do. You are God. You ain't
Hmm.
even got to step off the throne, baby. All you got to do is wave your hand.
That's
Why
yes,
right.
did you not let my dad be in my life? And you know what he told me? He said, April, because if your dad had been in your life full time, with all of the hurts and pains that he had, you wouldn't be the person that you
That's
are.
right. Come on now. Come on.
The
Woo.
toxicity that could have brewed and you would have been growing up under that covering. He needed to not be there.
Mm.
I saved you and I protected you. And they say
yes,
all the time, God's protection may look like a rejection, but He
Mm.
trying to
Come on
protect.
yes,
now.
no it never, yes, love that,
Woo.
yes, yes,
And
oh my
sometimes and listen, God brought an Yvonne in your life so we can see what a good father looks like. And look,
yes,
they not gonna always do it all right. They not gonna
yes,
always do it right. We
yes.
No.
gonna do it all right.
He don't. He
And
don't.
every chance that you get, Marvina, to take your girls around black women where they could talk about their fathers and what they feel, see, it'll help them unpack it in their own way.
That's right.
Just get them in the company. That's why it's good for black women to sit around the round table and eat something good and drink,
Yes.
have something in your cup and talk about it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right?
Love it.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it's good
Yes.
for us to do that.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
Yes.
let them boys get around their uncles and pray. See, prayer is gonna change all
Yes.
things.
Yes, ma'am. Come
All we
on.
got to do is pray because see,
Yes.
God gonna intercede on your behalf. He gonna
Yes.
step in and he gonna bring people in them young men's lives. So whatever they're missing, whatever they're lacking, we can't see everything, but God can see all of it.
Yes.
He
Hmm.
gonna
Yes.
fix it. And sometimes all you gotta say is, Lord, fix it.
That's
You
it.
know, I don't know,
Yeah.
Hmm.
you
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that's this is what healing looks like.
Yes.
And
Mm.
that's the reason why I can show up authentically and unapologetically.
Love it.
That's the
Yes,
reason
ma'am.
because I had to unpack. It's a lady on it's another lady on Facebook. Her name is um Coach Cat.
Y'all
And
listen to
Coach
that
Cat
name.
talks about Coach Cat talks about unpacking your
Mm.
SHIT.
Yes.
Unpack it.
Mm.
Cause see, a lot of that
Mm.
stuff we got packed all up on top of each other. It ain't even getting no air. We can't heal
Right.
it. if we don't reveal it. We got to,
That's right. Ooh.
Love
and
it.
this is another thing. It's all right for you, Marvina, to heal out in the public. If people see wounds,
Mm.
visible wounds, it's okay. Because you need to let that stuff get some air.
That's
And the
come
way
on
that
now.
you let that the way that you let that stuff get some air is you confessing it to us, to all of your sisters in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And so we know, okay, when I'm walking past Marvina, I can't bump up against her like this. Or I can't, you know what I'm saying? Because she's
Yeah.
still healing in that area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Ooh,
love
come on.
on you and I'm gonna hold your hand and we're gonna walk this thing and we gonna be all right.
Love it.
Yes.
Love
Ooh.
it. You, I
Jesus.
love you, girl. Oh my God. We
Yeah.
got to come and bring you back on
Yeah, we got
again.
to have you back.
You got to
We got
come
to have
back
you
on.
back, Miss
You
April.
yes, ma'am. I hate that this hour is up. Because I really love what we talking about.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, April. You got a lot to give. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
grateful for you.
appreciate that.
I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're saying. It enlightens me in a lot of ways, even to the fact that I just came back from seeing my father. And I understand and relate to what you're saying, learning to understanding what's going on inside me and not be apologetic to it. Because I
Mhm.
am a growing progress. I'm processing this and I'm understanding this. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love you already. As a
I love you back.
as a
I'm getting ready
gifted
to say I
sister,
have
as
found
a
me another
gifted
friend,
sister.
a person that I can
Yes,
truly call a friend.
yes,
I love you. I thank you so much for blessing us and gracing us with your presence today. Oh my
yes.
goodness,
Yes,
what a
ma'am.
And thanks
powerful,
again.
powerful message. Woo.
Thank you,
All
Eva,
right.
Yolande. Thank you for bringing her. Girl, you always got it. I'm just gonna put it out there. Thanks, Yolande, for introducing us to April. We gotta get out of here. It's already 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and let you go. We will be talking some more.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm looking for another. We're gonna look for another segment. I would like for you to come back on if you would
Yes.
take the
So I'll
invitation.
be glad to.
Yes, ma'am. We're gonna get you right back on sooner than later because you got some more stuff we need to talk about.
All
I
right.
love
Yes.
All
you,
right.
girl. Thank you so much.
You are
Right.
Thank you,
welcome.
darling.
Okay,
Woo.
Vaughn, go ahead. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
It's
I'm getting ready to
10 o'clock,
I'm gonna rush through this. You guys know the spiel. What's in the bag is our interactive page. Motivation Monday, talk about it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thankful Thursday, and Friday. We have Instagram, TikTok. I mean, not TikTok. But we do have
YouTube.
TikTok, and we also have
YouTube.
YouTube. What's in the bag 21 and Twitch. No spaces. What's in the bag and the number 21. Um,
Support.
our cash app is what is it, $ what's in the bag 2021. I buy us a cup of coffee, the information is there as well. Help continue to support us, and we will continue to bring you guys positive, uplifting, and inspirational content. um if you guys want to call us, give us a call. 833-520-9482. 833-520-WITB. Come on and take and join the conversation. That's all that I
Yes,
had to say.
that's all she
And
got.
hey, it's beautiful, people. It's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day, and always stay blessed, be a blessing, and have a blessed day. Love you guys so much. See you
Thank
guys.
y'all so much. See y'all next week. God bless you. Thank you.